Hello, my name is Cobi Williams, host of Palmetto Happenings with Cobi, a show all about economic development, workforce development, commercial real estate, and tourism within the great state of South Carolina. Today, I'm here with Mr. Tracy Conner from Myrtle Beach Golf Tourism Solutions. How are you doing today, sir?
Very well.
Tell our viewers about yourself. You're a tremendous leader in the Grand Strand. Tell us about your job and your impact on the region. How did you get to where you're at now?
So I moved here in 1989, and
Mhm.
I've been working in the golf industry ever since.
Mhm.
And from through the 90s and
Mhm.
early 2000s, I was general manager of Bay Tree Golf Plantation.
Mhm.
And then 2006, I transitioned into this current role where I'm the executive director of Myrtle Beach Golf Course Owners Association,
Mhm.
and I also have a role or a part in Golf Tourism Solutions, what used to be Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday.
And tell us, what's the scope of those organizations? Like, what areas do they cover? In this region.
Yeah, so Myrtle Beach Golf Course Owners Association, it's really designed to help the owner and operator on the expense side and revenue side of their balance sheet. So
Hmm.
we're here specifically to support the owners and operators of our many courses that stretch from Charlotte to
Hmm.
Georgetown.
Yep, I like that you say Charlotte too, because that's the North Carolina part of the region, and that's part of our MSA. I always like to enjoy highlighting that part of it because they're part of our community as well. How many golf courses does that cover?
So Myrtle Beach Golf Course owners, we have 74 currently.
Okay.
And so each golf course, with the exception of the private equity clubs, are members of our group.
Okay. So I was wondering about the private
So,
ones too.
yeah, so the Dunes Club is a
Hmm.
member, but Surf Club, for
Hmm.
example, is not.
Well, so what are some recent or notable news or successes in the golf industry that you like to share? And I kind of know what you're going to say.
Yeah, and so certainly the PGA event that's
Hmm.
coming this May, or Mother's Day weekend, we are thrilled to have our very first PGA tournament here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach Classic, right?
Myrtle Beach Classic.
Yeah. So what were kind of like the tell us the story behind how that hall came to be, because I mean that's huge for the region.
It is huge for the region. And so Karen Reardon,
Hmm.
CEO of Myrtle Beach Chamber and CVB, she reached out to me over a year ago and asked, aren't we the golf capital of the world?
Hmm.
And if so, why do we not have a PGA Tour event here?
Hmm.
And and she said, Tracy, go find us the right event at the right time, and I'll figure out how to pay for it.
Hmm.
My first call was to Mr. Gary Shaw,
Hmm.
and Gary connected Karen and I with Alan Fish at the tour. And we had a very good initial conversation, and we worked with Alan really for 6 months. We looked at LPGA, senior tour events, regular tour events, and it took about 6 months to vet through all of those opportunities. But at the end of the day, the PGA Tour
Hmm.
wanted an event here as much as we wanted them here, and they worked with us to create a brand new event.
Well, the top of the year and a half. I mean, a little over a year. That is awesome. But it makes sense. I mean, we are, like you said, we are the golf capital of the world. What are some of the strengths of our region that really made it an attractive place to locate here?
Well, I think Myrtle Beach is branded
Hmm.
throughout the country as a great place to vacation and play golf,
Hmm.
and we attract right at 3 million rounds annually are played
Awesome,
here.
3 million. That's how much money does that really usually generate for the region? I mean, you have like a number on the top of your head that you could tell our viewers about?
So we'll generate um, about 150 million in just green fee revenue,
Hmm.
and that does not include food and beverage or room rent revenue or any of that. But it's a significant economic driver for our community.
How has the golf industry in the Grand Strand been since COVID? I mean, has it survived? Has it thrived?
It's
What's
actually
your
thrived. Since we've transitioned through COVID,
sense?
The golf industry's never been stronger. Last year was the strongest year that the Myrtle Beach golf industry has had in its history.
Hmm.
And this year we're outpacing last year by close to 10%. It's good to be in the golf business.
Being that you are a leader in this region economically and just in general, I'd like for you to maybe speak a little bit on the the wider the region in general, the economic health of the region in general. What kind of opportunities do you think can this region really harness more or further that would really unleash the full potential of the golf industry?
Well, I think that's a great question. I think along South Carolina's coast, we're known for great golf courses,
Hmm.
and especially here in Myrtle Beach, we're known for our variety of golf courses. And it is driving, or it's one of the factors that is driving our economy. That we have, on average, 44 people will move to Horry County each day this year. And I'm a true believer that golf plays a role in that, that many of those people have vacationed here for years and they chose Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, or Horry County because of that.
So you've been here in the Grand Strand since 1989, and so you really understand, and you've been in the golf industry since here in the Grand Strand since 1989. So you really appreciate where we've been, as a community and tourism, and you're still involved, and you appreciate where we're going forward, where we are as a community moving forward. Can you speak about the golf industry, that's going activities that are going on with the golf industry right now that's honors the past while looking to the future?
Yeah, so something near and dear to my heart is we've got the Myrtle Beach Golf Hall of Fame.
Hmm.
It's located at Pine Lakes. If you haven't been there, please go there.
Hmm.
And in the courtyard are the inductees.
Hmm.
And next Wednesday, we've got our 2023 induction ceremony, and we'll be honoring Matthew Brittain and Jim Woodring. And
Yeah.
so both of those individuals are more than qualified to be in the Hall of Fame. So the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame began in 2009, and it really honors our founding fathers of the golf industry here in Myrtle Beach.
We earlier this spring we had Mr. Clay Brittain III come speak at our growth summit, and I know that family's been a big part of tourism and in the golf industry in the Grand Strand for years. I think his dad,
His dad,
and it was in the hall is in the Hall of Fame.
yes.
Yeah, and so I've been to the Hall of Fame there. I love it. I didn't know the induction ceremony is next week. I'll try to go check that out. That's awesome. So in the concept of sustainable development, I think when I think of sustainable development, there's a couple different perspectives that I take on that concept. But when I think of it in relation to the golf industry, I think of the beautiful golf courses that we have here in the Grand Strand. I live near one, and I go to it almost every day. I love it. I love playing golf. But that requires, understand the beauty of it, embracing, think of it from a holistic perspective when it comes to this development that's coming here in the Grand Strand. What are your thoughts on, how can we, protect, grow at the same time, protect what we have and honor the beauty that we have in our region?
Yeah, so great question. I think our golf courses on average between 100 and 150 acres
Hmm.
of beautiful green space, and
Hmm.
they take care of not just the turf but the ponds.
Hmm.
And I think it's critical that we support those golf courses, allow them to be a nice, strong, small business,
Hmm.
and protecting that green space versus um, them becoming just another development.
Hmm.
You'd like for those developments to come here to Myrtle Beach and for our area to grow,
Hmm.
but I think it's important we protect that green space that are our wonderful golf courses.
Are there any future events or beyond the golf, the Myrtle Beach Golf Classic, which is a big one, that you would like to highlight?
One I want to highlight is it gets kicked off on Monday,
Hmm.
and it's Myrtle Beach World Am. It's our
Hmm.
40th anniversary of the World Am. We'll have 3,200 participants that will play on over 50 golf courses Monday through Thursday, and
Hmm.
then we have the world's largest 19th hole at the Myrtle Beach Convention Center.
Well, Tracy, thank you for joining the show today. I appreciate your leadership in our region.
Thank you so very much.
Absolutely. Thank you all for listening to this episode of Palmetto Happenings at Cobi. Follow the show on the Grant Center for Real Estate and Economics LinkedIn page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Palmetto Happenings at Cobi. And also follow me on my personal LinkedIn page, Charles Cobi Williams MBA. And thank you all for listening.